The former National Security Advisor to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, has told the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja that the sum of 400 million naira paid to Mr. Metuh's company from his office in November 2014 followed due process. Colonel Dasuki, in his testimony before Justice Okon Abang, defends his action on the ground that the transaction between his office as the National Security Advisor and Destra Investment Limited belonging to Mr. Metuh is not an unlawful act. Speaking under cross-examination in the case of alleged laundering of 400 million naira by Mr. Metuh, Colonel Dasuki explained to the court that he cannot recall the exact reason for the payment unless the Department of State Services allows him to go home and consult his records. The prosecutor expressed satisfaction with the testimony of Colonel Dasuki, while the lawyer to Mr. Metuh applauds the witness statement for exonerating his client. The next trial hearing has been fixed for the 4th, 5th and 6th of December.
The first defendant asking for an adjournment to enable Colonel Dasuki testify. The court delivered its judgment and dismissed that application. Following that, the witness stepped into the witness box, concluded his evidence, and we cross-examined him accordingly, and he has been discharged. So we expect them to bring in their next witness at the next sitting. The previous report by the bailiff was that they were unable to effect personal service of the subpoena on the former president. And it is expected that the defense lawyers should take appropriate steps to make sure that the witness is brought to court by the next adjourned date.
Sambo Dasuki came, and from his testimony, all necessary approvals were given for the transaction over which we are being charged. And he testified in line with the document tendered by the EFCC that there was maximum compliance with due process with respect to the transaction which gave rise to these suits. We called him to say exactly that. We had no interaction whatsoever with him, and he gave his evidence freely. We are satisfied with it. It now depends on what the learned trial judge makes out of it.